religion means faith. To whom you worship, to whom you have a faith on it. How can she pass on that message to that little child once, unless until she herself has a faith on it? And because of that dispute, that increases not the. And the moment when the minister said this thing, the things, come on fire. वो आग पर आ गई और इतने सेंसिटिव हो गए नहीं जी, और मारने मरने को तैयार हो गए कि रिलीजन पढ़ानी है और ये बताना है, चाहे आप गलत पढ़ाए. जस्ट सी दैट व्हेन यू are teaching anything, suppose zoology to the child or geography to the child or English to the child, if you are a particular teacher, religion क्या है, क्या सिखाया है हमारे हुजूर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम, क्या सिखाया है? What he said to us, worship. तो वो पूरी रात खुद अकेले जाके इबादत किया करते थे. He never involved anyone with his worship unless until के जो फर्ज इबादतें हैं जिसमें वो आवाज देते थे, जो अजान, दैट इज कॉल्ड. अदरवाइज ही ओनली रिकमेंड, उन्होंने हमेशा कहा है नफिल इबादत के लिए, कभी फोर्स नहीं किया, और खुद जो अदा करनी थी तन्हाई में अदा की. जिन्होंने इंस्पायर होना था, एडमायर होना था, दे गेट इंस्पायरेशन फ्रॉम हिम एंड कंटिन्यू देयर लाइव्स अपॉन द एक्ट ऑफ हिम. लेकिन ही नेवर फोर्स फॉर दैट. व्हाट ही फोर्स, शरीयत किस लिए बनी? शरीयत एक दूसरे के हकूक के लिए बनी. अगर आप किसी का कत्ल करोगे, किसी से झूठ बोलोगे, किसी की चोरी करोगे, किसी को दगा दोगे, इफ यू फ्रॉड टू समवन, फॉर दैट शरीयत हैज मेंट. हमने बहुत गलत चीजें एक्सेप्ट. और इफ यू वांट फॉर योर डॉटर टू बिहेव, टू हैव दैट व्हाट यू वांट, तो यू हैव टू शो बाय ऑन. अगर आप चाहते हैं
Assalamu alaikum. And a very good morning to you all. How you are enjoying? Are you enjoying the culture day?
Yes.
With lots of aspects of our life. Well, as Ma'am Minhir has said to you that the topic which I am going to deal is about zoology. Well, before starting talking about zoology, let's think something for a while. That whenever we wake up early in the morning and we go towards our balcony or our terrace, what you find? Birds. What else? Only birds you find? The greenery, the grass. Yes, we just find the sun, the bright sun, who is shining all the rays and enlightening each and every part of the surrounding. Then the beautiful greenery, which is shining with morning dew, and it symbolizes freshness in the environment. Then the lovely humming of the birds, the endless sky, and the lovely clouds. And if it rains, it will be just like a cherry on a cake, which makes the nature look so amazing and so good. Well, this nature, which we, the human, has discovered, it's just because of science. And this science has been divided into two main branches, botany and zoology. Let's talk about zoology now. That if we say the word zoology, zoology itself refers that zoo, a place where we keep the animals, and logy means to study. So zoology is basically the study of animals, not only animals, but their structure, their habitat, their phenomena of life. Whatever thing which is deal with animal, it comes in an umbrella of zoology. Well, children has a wonderful affinity for about animals. They are very much anxious about to learn regarding the animals at an early age. As they are learning to be kind with each other, we must teach them to be kind with animals. And these animals have been divided into 5 main classes basically. Do you know that?
Yes, yes.
What are those?
Reptiles, amphibians.
Yes, mammals, amphibians, fishes, reptiles and birds. Let's talk about mammals. Mammals are basically the animals who are vertebrates. They have the large brains. And the most important quality of mammals is that they feed their young ones on the milk. Similarly, the fishes are basically called the aquatic creature. Why? Because they live in water. Right? That's why they are called as the aquatic creature. They are basically of spindle in shape so that they can do the free movements in water. They breathe with the help of their gills. And the example of some of the fishes are cod, starfish, jellyfish. Any fishes you know? The whale, the dolphin, and so on. Similarly, if we talk about reptiles, reptiles are basically the animals with cold blood. And their movements are like crawling and creeping. You have seen the lizards, the snake, the crocodile. They all come under reptiles. Whereas if we talk about amphibians, they occupy the intermediate, the center position between reptiles and fishes. They live both on land as well and in water as well, like frog, toad, newt. And you are aware about the birds as well. They are the free animals with 2 wings, which help them in flight. And secondly, the birds are basically having the beak, which helps them to feed their food and to feed their young. Children are very much delighted to learn about the tiny details of caring of animals, and we should not expect them that the children know it automatically. They don't know until and unless we are not able to teach them. Secondly, if we want to teach the child that how the bird feeds the food, you have a very special way. You can just hang a feeder outside, a bird feeder basically, outside the window, and tell the child to sit quietly so that the bird won't be afraid. In this way, you are giving a natural chance to the child to observe a bird, as the birds are the free observing in nature. The child is going to observe that how the bird is taking the food, and you can compare the bird with human, with we, the social animals. The children can see the difference that they are having a long beak by which they are getting the food, and we have just a mouth for taking our food. We just chew it and then we swallow, whereas they just swallow it directly. You can tell them the difference between the animals and between the birds, between us. Similarly, the hatching of cocoons and hatching of an egg, it is completely... McDonald's had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. In his farm he had some ducks. In his farm he had some ducks. E-I-E-I-O. With a quack quack here, with a quack quack there. Here quack, there quack, everywhere quack quack. Old McDonald's had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. In his farm he had some cats. In his farm he had some cats. E-I-E-I-O. With a meow meow there, with a meow meow there. Here mew, there mew, everywhere mew mew. Old McDonald's had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. In his farm he had some sheep. In his farm he had some sheep. E-I-E-I-O. With a baba here, with a baba there. Here ba, there ba, everywhere baba. Old McDonald's had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. In his farm he had some dogs. In his farm he had some dogs. E-I-E-I-O. With a bow here, with a bow there. Here bow, there bow, everywhere bow. Old McDonald's had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. So in this way, you can introduce the children about the animals and their sounds. And animals is a part of zoology. We can tell them the stories about different animals as well. And the visit to the zoo is the best thing to introduce zoology for the kids. Everybody has to be on the line. For example, if you come to the cage near to the lion. अब सारे बच्चे ऊपर चले भी नहीं हैं, चलो भाई नेक्स्ट एनिमल देखते हैं. Is it so? We are not giving the complete information about that particular animal. Why? Because हमें अपनी स्कूल की reputation का ज़्यादा ख्याल होता है, क्योंकि other schools are also there. ठीक है ना, उन्हें लगना चाहिए हमारे बच्चे किस तरह से लाइन में चलते हैं, कितने डिसिप्लिन है. We just forget this mission that we have to teach the children about the different animals. With the one animal you can give so many knowledge to the child. For example, you are near the cage of lion. You can show the child that look, this is lion. This is called the king of the jungle. Do you know what the female of lion is called? It's called lioness. Do you know where the lion lives? He lives in a den. And suddenly, if lion starts roaring, the children hear the live sound of lion. जो हम रटवा के थक जाते पर बच्चे को कभी नहीं याद होता lion roars. That experience is completely a source of excitement for the children, which we people are not doing. हमें बस अपनी स्कूल की रेपुटेशन का ज्यादा ख्याल होता है, ना कि जो है वो बच्चे को इंफॉर्मेशन देने का. You can teach just like lion. You can teach about the monkey, some other animal. आप बेशक 3 animals बच्चे को दिखाएं, but give the correct information about these 3. और होता यूँ है कि हम चला के बच्चे थक जाते हैं, और वही होता है कि नेक्स्ट डे स्कूल में अटेंडेंस बहुत कम होती है, राइट? क्योंकि हमें पूरा जू दिखाना है लेकिन इंफॉर्मेशन किसी के बारे में नहीं देनी, राइट? ये हमारा बेसिकली मोटिव होता है. So we must teach the animal, teach about the correct. We must give the correct.
Up to you how you deal with the child and how well you present your answer. To zoology, which she will distribute to you.
Have some time to fill up the gap, means take out our artwork. If the directress is going to start a work with this belief in her mind, what will be the result? Is the artwork generally going to play the role in the life of the child? By the way, is there any role the artwork can do?
Yes.
The artwork can play in the life of the child?
Visual sense will be more clear.
Okay.
The color senses will be clear. Chromatic sense.
But are we using the artwork to develop the senses? We have sensorial exercises for that purpose, right? Okay. Let's start how the artwork started. If you go back to history, as all the subjects are interrelated, you keep talking about different subjects, as culture is what? How can you describe culture? Culture is everything around you. So it includes all the sciences, everything, right? So the artwork started, the history of artwork is when the people start living socially. They were living on caves and etc. They try to develop their spoken language, right? And then gradually they want to express themselves because human being has the tendency to communicate. So they want to communicate more, express more. So they started drawing using different boards and other material, and they started drawing to express their point of view. There was no written language at that time, and thanks to those old primitive age people, that because of that artwork, they gradually thought it takes so much time to do the artwork, so they gradually develop the alphabet and starts writing. And that's how we have so many languages today on earth, even in the writing form, right? That was the history. Okay, what about child? Does child, because there are numerous languages, does child need the artwork to develop more language, more alphabets of different language? Are we giving artwork for that purpose to the child? No. So what's the purpose behind it?
To express his feelings with his
For expression of his feeling. So Maria Montessori always said that prepare the child beforehand. If you are preparing the child for artwork, so we have to prepare the child for certain things which is needed for the artwork. What are those? everything, painting, sketching, drawing, field work, everything. What does that require? Absorption around, yes, definitely. The world around you, the child should.
Whatever he is studying from the environment around him.
Firstly, the child needs a mechanical development, the movement, okay? And secondly, freedom to his soul. If he is not allowed to express himself, so how can he freely do the drawing and sketching and express his point of view? Right? So, in the Montessori environment, what is there? The freedom is given to the child. And that's why the art expressed by Montessori children is far greater than the other children. Artwork for the children is not wow, क्या beautiful चीज बना दी, कितना जबरदस्त पेंटिंग की है. Artwork for the child is about what he has perceived in his mind, what imagination he has in his mind, and how he is going to express it. For example, child on a piece of paper made few sketches and said, "Look, auntie, I just draw a cat." You were thinking, ये है क्या चीज? 3-4 लकीरें, ये क्या है? बेटा ये ठीक नहीं है, हाथ पे फेंक दिया. बहुत रहने दिया तो बेटा मैं आपको सिखाऊंगी, ये सही नहीं है, आई विल डू इट फॉर यू. या बहुत प्यारा है बच्चे पे तो ड्रॉइंग कर दे दिया उस वक्त. Is it the right thing to do?
No.
Not at that time. Yes, definitely you are going to teach the child later on, but as according to the Montessori principle, if the child is getting prepared to the Montessori environment. How in the Montessori environment the child is getting prepared for artwork? The first, EPL. EPL, paint is muscular movement.